Good morning, friends, and welcome back to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. This is our Jolly Bar day. Hope you are joining me with this, but if not, maybe this can inspire you. I am using the Fleur de Paris collection Marie Antoinette pattern that come in the Fleur de Paris Jolly Bar. So, friends, I am getting right on into it because we've got a lot of sewing to do today. The first thing we're doing is we're taking our Jolly Bar pieces and we're taking our background and we are going to be making out of our A fabric, I think it is 72 half square triangles. So, friends, we got a lot of sewing to do, and as always, I now have my alpha clippies here with me. If you want to take alpha bitties and make them into a clippy set, I have the clips and this organizer down in the description if you would like to get a set. I am really loving this because I was not using my alpha bitties before because they need to clip, and these are perfect. So let's get started. We are going to be sewing on both sides of a drawn line. I'm not drawing a line, friends. I'm using my laser light for that. So what I'm going to do is line up my 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to line up my points, my top and bottom point, on the 1/4 inch laser light. That will stitch to the right of that laser light because I have my laser light set up on the left of my presser foot. Now this helps when your fabric goes further than your markings on your machine. So it helps. It helps a lot. Now, this background that I'm using, I had purchased it back in 2024 at Stitch in Heaven. I'd used 1.75 yards, or 1 3/4 yards of it. So what I did was I originally purchased 5 yards and I used 1 3/4, and this fabric actually called for, I think, 3.5 yards. I did not have a full 3.5 yards, but part of that is for borders. And I thought, well, I have some other French General fabrics that I can easily use as borders. Or I can go buy some grunge and do some borders, because I think in that new line, okay, I said yesterday, I can't remember it, firewood for something, forest wood, I can't remember. But anyway, they have some beautiful grunges, and I think there is a grunge in there that would match this very nicely, and I can do that as a border instead of using the same color that I'm using right now. And I think that would turn out really pretty. And I could always take my pieces that's left out of my Jolly Bar. I could always take those and put them, kind of match them up, put them next to some of those grunges, and see which one I think would go really well with this. Now, French General, they tend to be, I don't know, more muted colors. They're not the standout shock factor colors. And friends, Miss Ava got in stock the other day her 1 fat quarter bundle from Tula Paint. She said they had split her order up for some reason. She did not get all of her bolts in for the new Tula Paint line. But y'all, I looked at the ones that she did get. Oh, they're so bright and so pretty. So if you're interested, and she told me her fat quarter bundle was like $110, and it's got a lot of fat quarters in there. And I know 110 is a lot of money for a lot of people. It is for me too when it comes down to buying fabric. So what I'm doing, I'm just grabbing, I kind of have this where you can see my table a little bit. I did put my, what's it called? My Steady Betty Pro. I put that on my table so you can't see cuttings. You know, you can't see the sizes. But it's quite obvious if you have a Jolly Bar what those sizes are. You could use 2 charm packs to make this as well. And this, once again, is the Marie Antoinette Jolly Bar pattern. I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit more so we can get these done a little bit faster. Because like I said, we are making, how many? 96? So yeah, it looks like we're making 144 of these. So that's 72 of these squares. And let's see, of the other ones, it's 48. So we will be doing another fabric. I think it's the accent is what it is. So friends, how are you doing this lovely Saturday morning? I'm saying it's lovely because I'm recording this on Friday. It's Friday morning. And I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be a lovely day because I'm going to be sewing. Well, actually, tomorrow, Saturday, I will be going to Mississippi. And I kind of had alluded to this in one of my videos, and I was going to talk about it in the updates, and I never did. For those that have been here for a little while, I had a thing going called the Bags of Love. And what that was is we were making the mini charm bags or Nantucket summer bags or whichever you want to call it. And we had gotten quite a few of those. Well, I've still been making the bags, you know, just a few here and a few there. So I've accumulated quite a few more. And one day at work, I had this group of ladies come in. They were trying to raise funds for their, I don't know what to call it. It's like a group home. It's a DV group home. And y'all know what that is. I can't say it because, you know. But they were coming around selling merchandise, you know, caps, T-shirts, things like that. Because I think they have their own print press and they do direct-to-garment or DTG T-shirts. Because that was some of the things they were selling. And so I was like, oh, I got the lady's name, the owner of it, the founder, and I called her and talked to her, and I explained to her what it was, and I asked her if it was okay, and she said that was perfectly fine, and she said they had 26 women. And I was like, so I started looking to see how many bags I had. I had to make a few bags, friends. But I told her I would try to bring her 30. So if they had anybody come in the future, you know, in the more recent future, and I am going to give her my phone number and stuff. So if there's anything else, I'm going to find out when I go if there's anything else that they need, like food-wise, or because, we have a food pantry here in our state in the next town over from me. And I've done donations there. I've done volunteer hours there. So, it's just all about giving back. I do feel led to help where I can help. I'm going to help. I try to help everywhere I can. So this year, it's not necessarily that I'm going to be doing the bags of love still, because, let me tell you, that ended up being a huge undertaking last year. And I appreciate everyone that made bags. We had so many of you guys making bags, sending bags. But anyway, I've been making, and I've tried to get up to the 30 that I had told the lady I would bring. And I'm going to be taking those bags over there. Now, I believe this may be somewhere that I can take photos because it's not like a safe house. It's just helping these women get out, get the skills, and get back on their feet. Because if you think about it, women here in the South, and not all women, so please don't take it that I'm saying all women in the South, but typically in the South, young girls are raised to become housewives. A lot of people in the past 20 years, it's kind of been getting away from that. It's not really I don't know if it's actually a conscious thing, but young girls are raised to know how to keep house, not raised to know how to cook, raised to know how to take care of a family and a husband. And, so the husband doesn't have to do all the domestic things. And like I said, kind of getting away from that. Because I know I taught my daughters the domestic things, but I also taught my daughter how to do a lot of other things. My kids know how to change tires. My girls too. They know how to change a tire. Now, are they going to be able to change a tire? Probably not. Because when their tires are put on there, they're put on there, what's it called? An air jack, air whatever. And it puts them on really tight. But they know how to change the oil in their vehicle. Now, am I going to change the oil in my vehicle? Absolutely not. That's my husband's job. Or somebody else. I would normally take it to somebody else because my husband works a lot of hours. And, no, I'm not changing oil. Because, number one, I don't know how to change oil. I was never taught how to change the oil. I know how to go into the Toyota dealership and roll my window down and say, I want full service and I want my tires rotated. That's what I know how to do. And does that cost a pretty penny? Yes, it does, but it saves my sanity from thinking that maybe I could do something wrong. And you know what? With these new vehicles now, there's so many bells and whistles on them. You just don't want to mess anything up. I don't. So I would just rather let them take care of it. And I'll just drive the vehicle. My husband, he been getting on to me lately, telling me I need to park my vehicle. I'm putting too many miles on it. It don't have 100,000 miles on it yet. It will before I go to Wyoming, though. And if it don't before I go to Wyoming, it will after. But y'all, I am still planning that trip, friends. I am so excited about that. I'm trying to find things that I can do going on the way. I'm going to head out several days in advance because I think the retreat doesn't start until like the 9th, like on a Wednesday. And then it goes through the weekend and it's over on Sunday. I'm thinking about heading out like the Saturday before. That is, if I can get someone to sit with my kittens, my cats. I don't let my cats out at night. I would need somebody to come to my house and feed them every day. Now, my husband would be coming in, and he would probably actually take off while I'm gone to take care of the animals because he don't want to go with me. And that's okay because I want to take it slow. I want to go to quilt shops going on the way. I want to go to quilt shops coming back. And I'm going to be slow, friends. I'm telling you, my mobility is leaving a lot to be desired at the moment. But I can sew. I can sew. And as long as I can sew, I'm good to go. Good to go. I really like this lilac color. This piece that I'm using now has the base color is that lilac. Oh, it is so pretty. After my children's father and I got divorced and I moved into what I call, well, it was actually before we got divorced. I called it my pre-divorce living arrangement. We had bought, my grandmother helped me buy just a little trailer that, oh my goodness, it needed to be remodeled. The whole thing needed to be redone. It was not taken care of at all. It was a rent house originally. And you know how people do. They don't take care of rent houses. And when I say it was in bad shape, I mean it was in a really bad shape. The floor in the living room had a hump in it where under the sink had gotten wet, and where the living room and kitchen come together, it like dipped because there was a bar there that the sink was in. It was horrible. But it had 2 bathrooms in it, and only one of the bathrooms could be used. Because the second one, we had everything taken out of it. We ripped everything out. It became a storeroom. Because we were not going to try to replumb all the way to that bathroom. But anyway, the bathroom that we did rebuild was the one in my bedroom. And it was lilac. Long story short, I know, right? It was lilac. It was beautiful lilac. And I had towels just a shade darker than that lilac. And, oh, it was so pretty. And then, of course, at that time, there was still home interior. So I had gotten me a beautiful little swag of wisteria to go in my bathroom. And I got this pretty little picture that had a green frame on it. And it was a picture of wisteria. It was so pretty. So my bathroom was purple. Technically, my bathroom was purple. But the color was actually more purple than I had anticipated. I was going for a gray purplish sheen. Yeah, I got purple. Well, friends, I feel like I'm going to be doing this all day, doing half square triangles. And what I'm going to try to do is do this in segments and probably bring them all together. And like I said, this is Friday. I'm hoping to get most of this done for you guys. My goal is to get the whole quilt done, but let's face it, this is a 60.5 by 78.5. The whole thing's not going to happen. But we're going to do our best and see how much we can get done. This is what I'm going to be focusing on today. I do have a lunch plan with my daughter today. her and her fiance, I think they're going to take me to lunch for Mother's Day, which is perfectly fine. She asked me again today what I wanted for Mother's Day, and I told her, I said, I want somebody to come do my floors in my house. She was like, absolutely not. I guess you're getting nothing. Because she knows this is the one thing that really, really hurts for me to do, and it's hard. And normally when my husband's in, he'll get it done the day he leaves to kind of help me out, but he didn't this time. I don't know if he was on a time crunch or what, but he didn't help me this time. So looks like what I'm going to be doing for my floors is I'm going to just get the vacuum cleaner, and vacuuming is like, I'm not going to say the worst, but pushing that vacuum, pushing and pulling the vacuum, oh, it hurts so bad. I keep threatening to get one of them robot vacuums, but there is absolutely no way, because my husband keeps cat toys all over the floor, and then I got grandbaby toys on the floor. I would eat a dozen electrical, charging cords, because that's probably how many we got plugged up right now, just in the bedroom and living room alone. But I couldn't put one of those things in my bathroom to do it, because I have a cat that I have not figured out which one it is, but they will not use this litter pan. They'll tinkle in it, but they won't poo-poo in it. But luckily, where they do poo-poo is still, I have an oil pan. Like, you know how big an oil pan is, and they're like an inch tall. I have my cat litter pan sitting in that. So when my cats get out, they're not getting all of the litter on my floor. And whichever cat it is that's refusing to poo-poo in the litter pan is poo-pooing in the oil pan. And I don't know why. I do not know why. It is an open top litter pan. I just don't understand. And we have two of them. We have two litter pans. So it's not like they're having to go. And it's a automatic litter pan too. It automatically scoops. And if it's in need of cleaning out, we get a notification on our cell phones that it needs to be cleaned. I think I know which one it is. And she's just a little, I don't know, touched. She's on the touched side. She doesn't like any of the other cats, and I don't know. She's kind of crazy. But friends, what I was saying, I'm going to do this in segments. I'm going to try to do 30-minute segments and bring you guys back, just do 30 minutes at a time, because I will have to edit these and get them down to below an hour to upload all of them at the same time to be one video. Because if I don't, I'm not able to edit and upload it, because I keep getting errors. That has started again, which is fine, I know what I have to do to not have that happen. So friends, I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to sew on both sides of that center line, and then I'm going to trim them and trim them down to the size they need to be. And then we'll be going to the next step. And friends, we are back, but it is many hours later. So we are going to end today. I did not get all of these pressed. Friends, this is a lot. Let me tell you how many this is. I know I told you earlier. This is 144 half square triangles with print. This is your Jolly Bar part. And then for your accent A, we have 48. So we will come back and do some more of this next week. Just like in all things quilting, I've picked a quilt that's not a in a day quilt, as always, because who wants a in a day a quilt? I want to continue to work this for weeks. But what I'm going to try to do is get it done in just a few sessions. I'm looking at the blocks here. All I have to do is assemble 12 blocks. So we'll take these pieces and turn it into a 4-piece block. And then we'll take those 4-piece blocks and make it into a bigger 4-piece block. So, and then we'll make 12 of those and put them all together. So, friends, stay tuned. We are going to finish this Marie Antoinette pattern a little later, not all in one sitting session, because I just don't really have the time to do that. I've got a lot to do today, along with tomorrow, Saturday. So I won't get back to this probably until Saturday night. But I hope you've enjoyed this first step. We will be doing more a little later. I think once I get everything pressed and those first set of 4 blocks put together, that we will be, quick, smooth sailing on getting the other 12 blocks done. So, friends, thank you for joining me for this first session of the Marie Antoinette, My Jolly Bar. We're going to call it a Jubilee because it's going to go more than one Friday. Well, it's not going to be on Saturday, because we still have our Saturday sew along. Don't forget to check back tomorrow, and we will be working on that sew along Saturday, the Woodland quilt. We will be working on that tomorrow. So give me a thumbs up before you head out. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. I have already filled all 8 of my new project boxes. Friends, we are doing the things now. So I've got 8. I've got more than one a week, one a day now. But several of them are blocks of the month. So I only do them once a month. So that's not bad. I think I only have 3 quilts, like full-size quilts, that I can work every day. So leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, friends.